Okay, I need to tell you something, but you have to promise not to judge me. 2 years ago, I almost lost my job. Not because I was bad at it, not because I didn't care, but because I kept putting off one task, one stupid report. My boss gave me a week to finish it. I had 7 days, plenty of time. But every morning I'd open my laptop, stare at that blank page and think, I'll do it after coffee, after lunch, after this one YouTube video. By day 6, I was sweating bullets. By day 7, I was typing like my life depended on it because it kind of did. Finished it 10 minutes before the deadline. 10 minutes. And you want to know the worst part? The report took me 2 hours total. 2 hours of work, stretched over 7 days of torture. Sound familiar? Yeah, procrastination isn't just annoying, it's sabotage. But today, I'm handing you a weapon, a secret so stupidly simple, it feels like cheating. And if you stick around, I'll show you how to use it before your next deadline eats you alive. Let's rewind. This is the only thing standing between you and the productivity villain inside your head. But before I explain it, let's talk about why we procrastinate. Your brain has two modes, the instant gratification monkey and the panic monster. The monkey, he's the one going.
Oh, let's watch TikTok. Let's reorganize the spice rack. Who needs deadlines when we have fun?
But the panic monster, he's the beast that wakes up 5 minutes before the deadline and screams, "We're gonna die!" The problem? The panic monster only shows up when the stakes are high. The monkey, he's there every single day. So how do you outsmart them? You don't fight the monkey, you trick him. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah wanted to write a novel for years, but every time she sat down, her brain went, "You? A writer? Start tomorrow." Then she tried the 5-minute rule. Here's how it works. Commit to working on your task for just 5 minutes. If after 5 minutes you still want to quit, quit. No guilt, no shame. Sarah set a timer. 5 minutes. She wrote one paragraph. And when the timer went off, she kept writing for an hour. Why? Because starting is the Everest of procrastination. Once you're moving, the monkey gets bored and wanders off. The 5-minute rule isn't about finishing. It's about starting before the panic monster has to scream. It's like telling your brain, hey, we're just dipping a toe in. No pressure. But here's the twist. Your brain hates unfinished business. Once you start, it'll itch to keep going. It's science. They call it the Zeigarnik effect. Basically, your brain hates loose ends. So even if you quit after 5 minutes, you'll think about the task until you finish it. The 5-minute rule is a trap for your own good. Let's get tactical. Say you've been avoiding laundry for days. The pile's so big it has its own zip code. Your brain's like, ugh, that'll take forever. So you say, 5 minutes, I'll fold 5 shirts. You fold 5 shirts, timer dings, and you realize, that wasn't so bad. Maybe you fold 5 more, or maybe you stop. Either way, the pile's smaller. Same with studying. I'll read one page. You read one page, then your brain goes, what's the next paragraph about? The rule works because it's anti-ambitious. It's not about being a productivity robot. It's about being a human who's scared of starting. But here's where people mess up. They think 5 minutes won't make a difference. Oh, really? Let's do math. 5 minutes a day on a project equals 30 hours a year. 30 hours. You could write a book, learn a language, or finally fix that leaky faucet. Still think 5 minutes is too small? Let's talk about my darkest hour. Last year, I owed the $3,000. I had months to figure it out. But every time I thought about taxes, my chest tightened, so I avoided it. For weeks. Then, the deadline hit, and I had 48 hours to come up with the money. 48 hours of panic attacks, Googling how to sell kidneys, and crying in a Starbucks parking lot. I survived, barely. But here's what kills me. If I'd spent 5 minutes a day on my taxes, I could have fixed it painlessly. Instead, I let fear balloon into a full-blown crisis. That's the thing about procrastination. It's not just stealing your time. It's stealing your peace. So here's your mission. Today, pick one thing you've been avoiding. The thing that's been haunting your to-do list like a ghost. Got it? Now set a timer for 5 minutes. Just 5. and start. If you finish early, legend. If not, you've still done more than zero. And that's how you beat procrastination. Not by climbing the whole mountain, but by taking one step. I'll even do it with you, right now. What's your 5-minute task? Laundry, emails, apologizing to someone you ghosted? Whatever it is, start. Did you make it? Even if you quit, you've already won. Because you proved to yourself, starting isn't fatal. But let's be real, most of you kept going. Because the 5-minute rule isn't a trick, it's a Trojan horse. It sneaks momentum past your brain's defenses. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's fear wearing a disguise. Fear of failure. Fear of imperfection. Fear of folding fitted sheets wrong. But the 5-minute rule? It's your permission slip to be imperfect. To say, I'll try for 5. If I suck, I'll stop. Now let's talk about Jake. Jake hated the gym, hated it, but he wanted to get fit. So he used the 5-minute rule. He'd drive to the gym, walk in and say, 5 minutes on the treadmill. That's it. Some days he left after 5, but most days he'd think, well, I'm here. Fast forward a year, Jake's now a personal trainer. Let that sink in. The 5-minute rule isn't just for tasks, it's for identity shifts. Start small and let momentum rewrite who you think you are. But wait, what if you still procrastinate? First off, congrats. You're human. Second, here's your backup plan. The 2-minute version, too scared for 5, do 2, or 1. Open the document. Put on your running shoes. Unplug the Xbox. Action precedes motivation, not the other way around. So next time the panic monster starts roaring, whisper, 5 minutes, that's all I need. Look, I won't lie. Some days the monkey wins. You'll binge Netflix instead of working. You'll panic clean your oven at midnight. But with the 5-minute rule, those days get rarer. Your future self is begging you, start small, start now. And hey, if you're still watching this instead of working, your 5 minutes starts now.